Thanks to the CARES Act, as well as some moratoriums on evictions, millions of Americans have been able to stay inside their home.
But those benefits expire and renters are worried. KSL consumer investigator Matt Gephardt has been looking into this one. And Matt, do they have reason to be scared?
Yeah, indeed they do, some experts say. Mike Deeney, good evening. You've probably heard the phrase eviction crisis being thrown around in the news. People that I talk to believe that is not hyperbole. In the coming weeks, high numbers of renters may find themselves out on the street. So what is it going to be like in Utah? You ask, KSL investigates.
I'm extremely concerned.
At the Utah Housing Coalition, Executive Director Tara Rollins is worried. So are many renters.
People are very worried about paying their rent right now.
In fact, a whopping 29% of Utah renters surveyed this month by the global advisory firm Stout said they will not be able to pay rent and fear they could be kicked out. That is the fear, but the reality right now in Utah is the eviction rate is much lower than that. We dove into state records and found landlords filed 72 evictions last week and 89 the week before. That averages out to a mere 16 evictions per day. And that eviction number is actually lower than evictions before the pandemic. But Rollins warns the pace could pick way up, and soon, as eviction moratoriums lapse and Congress continues to fight about extending unemployment benefits.
Is this a crisis?
I think we're going to see a crisis.
Adding to the crisis, housing isn't just housing anymore.
And a lot of people are working from home right now. And right now, education is a big part of the home.
There is housing assistance available in Utah, and it starts with simply picking up your phone, dialing 211, and asking for help. And you know, it does make financial sense to help. It costs more money to help somebody after they've become homeless. Plus, once someone has been evicted, it's very hard for them to find another place to live.
We're getting a little overwhelmed.
Marty Blaustein is a lawyer with Utah Legal Services. He specializes in helping tenants.
There are not too many defenses to cases involving non-payment of rent.
So his advice to renters, do not wait to ask for help.
If you know you're going to be evicted, if you know you're not going to be able to pay your rent, let's say the month of August for the month of September, the time to act on that is now, prior to the time that the landlord serves you with the notice.
The Utah Housing Coalition says one bit of silver lining to this is that Utah tends to fare better than some other states thanks to the charitable nature of our community. Many facing a sudden lapse in the ability to pay have been able to turn to their neighbors or their church for help. As for the government assistance, more on that attached to this story on our website, ksltv.com. Live in Salt Lake City, Matt Gephardt, KSL 5 News.
That's helpful, Matt. Thank you.